Hey everyone, this is Gus. Now I have audio. Minutes ago, I didn't have audio. I didn't know. I just figured out what happened with the microphone. Hey, welcome to the new Zero to Hero. This is gonna be like a class slash vlog slash some advice slash tutorial slash whatever or drawing with me, and we are going to do some ideas about what is best for you concept art. Now, actually, I'm willing to share it if you are in the audience right now and you are watching me. It says that somebody's watching me. So welcome back, and if you have some question, please type the questions in the chat box, whatever you're watching, which is Twitch, Periscope, or Facebook, or even YouTube. Just ask me the question, and in the best of my abilities, I will try to answer that. And what we're gonna do today? Today we are going to start first. How do I set up my computer for doing digital art? First off, there is a bunch of people in the internet that says, "Oh, you better go and buy something that is already done." Yeah, that might be good. For example, we know that Macintosh are good. Yeah, I used to be a Mac people. Right now I'm a PC guy because I put myself my own PC. But before that, I like to buy Macs, the Apples, not because I love them. They were nice. They have nice screens. They had nice graphic cards, even though they were, you know, less megabytes or even less gigabytes than the one that are outside commercially speaking, that has no Macintosh related. So, for example, I used to have a G5 and I have it for almost 10 years. And it never, ever gave me any kind of trouble. Problem is, when I the problem is that when the G5 goes to the market, the one that I bought was the last generation of G5. After like 3 months, this is totally ludicrous and ridiculous. After 3 months, Mac, I mean Apple, in the Apple website, they just released Windows based. I mean Intel based, Intel based computers. What? And I have a G5 chipset. So it's like trying to make somebody that doesn't have vocal cords try to sing. So that was a problem. But at that time, for example, Adobe, they keep the support for the Macintosh base, for the PowerPC base. So yeah, it was good. It was good for the next 6 or 7 years. Then they just dropped the support, and that was bad because that's the problem with Apple. Something happened. They just didn't like much the idea of the Intel of the AMD chipset, and they just go for the A3. Right now they are trying to use the A3 or the A5 or something. That's the kind of chipset they are gonna use for the futures Apples or Mac Pros. Well, right now the Mac Pros are pretty much Intel based still, thanks God. But for the much of you people that didn't know that, is not any good because, for example, you pay for a decent iMac around $1,700, $2,000, and for less than that, I can put together a PC like the one I have. It cost me around $800, and it has liquid, and it has nice lights, by the way, nice graphic card. I can play games too, and I can do even 3D if I want it. I'm taking classes for Maya and Blender, and I can do it 3D in this computer. Not the same with many Apples. So the most expensive Apple that is gonna be around $5,000 or something like that, which is the iMac Pro. But the new Mac Pro is even more expensive than that. So it's gonna be like what, $10,000? But if you are still, just doing your baby steps in art, digital art, or you are still in the university, probably you have a MacBook Pro. Or if you don't have a MacBook Pro, at least you have one of these laptops because they are portable. But after you go of the university, yeah, and if you start doing, if you are lucky enough and you're blessed enough, and you start doing freelance jobs, commissions for many one, for many others than for gaming or comics, and you start producing your own stuff, you will realize that a laptop is not what you needed the most. So you have to learn, you have to put together one. There is a bunch of tutorials over the YouTube, for example. There is a bunch of tutorials on YouTube. So you don't need to have like a degree in computers, something. Mm-mm. You just need to have your computer set up. How you set up? Well, please notice. You need something between GTX 1060, 1050 you want, something between 3 to 14 gigabytes in the GTX family. Or you need an AMD, a Radeon, like mine. I have an Asus, a Radeon, something between RX 580 to, I don't know, Radeon Vega 64 or something like that. You need something between starting in 8 gigabytes. Problem is, a decent gaming laptop with 8 gigabytes is gonna cost you around 1700, 1200. So if you want to make your studio, not a portable studio, your studio in your home, and you start doing things, the cheapest way is try to put together your machine. There is a bunch of tutorials how to put together the machine. It's actually like a puzzle. You don't need a degree. I can do my own machine. So this is something that I put together. I do the wiring stuff. See the wires? There's no wires. So if I can do it, you too. So that is the first thing for you to go into the graphics. And I mean graphics, graphic design, digital painting, concept art, and illustration. Sorry. By the way, my cup of joe, pure Colombian coffee. But you just save in the computer, you can just invest in something more wise. Like what? Sorry guys. Like this. Like a display tablet. Duh. So let's say you have the cheapest Wacom right now is the Wacom 1. It's around $400. So you have 800, 400, 1200. And you need a nice and decent monitor. So this is not a monitor, actually it's my HD TV. So, which is a very good idea, if you can find a decent 4K, a small one, man, it's like less than 200. Even though if you want to go in the very exaggerated, so kind of gamey stuff, you can have a HD TV 4K 200 and something, cheaper than the 4K monitor actually. But what you need is a very nice of this, which is Adobe sRGB, 90% or Adobe RGB, 98% or 93%, usually 93% of Adobe RGB. Very nice gamut, and by the way, real colors. That is what you need. Something that what you see is what you get. No, what you see is might you get. No, what you get. So you have to invest that wisely. But nice thing, good news is that right now there is a bunch of this. Many brands from XP Paint, Huion, which has the two best, and also there's Arsus or something like that, or Artus, or I don't remember the name. Oh, Artisul and Artisul, which is pretty expensive too. So you can go to an XP Paint right now. They have very nice, very good. They have very nice and very good prices. So you have your display tablet. Hmm, nice. You have a nice monitor. Good. So you have at least 16 gigabytes. You need at least 16 gigabytes. Many said 8 gigabytes. No, let's go be safe. It's better. It better be safe than sorry, man. After you know, they all say this. But this guy, little fella here, it has 16 gigabytes. And actually, my motherboard can support 32 gigabytes. Yeah, or 64. No, actually 64 gigabytes. Yeah, it can withstand 64 gigabytes. So I can have in my 4 slots 16 gigs each. That's nice. So you have all that power. Also, there is a motherboard. You have to be a motherboard that can allow you to do 2 graphic cards or 3 graphic cards. Why? Because in the future, when you try to develop something more complicated than a regular illustration, something like a movie, for example, you're going to need a lot of power. Also, good thing about PCs, everything is modular. That means I can just take it out and put a new one. That never, 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 never happened with Macintosh. Because if you buy Apple, you better leave that Apple that way or go to a certified technician at Apple. I know that Linus Tech is selling there that you can just change this and swap this and that. They have all the money in the world to buy 64 gigabytes of video cards. You don't. You cannot. It's not. I'm not joking. You cannot do that because you are putting on risk your investment. This is an investment, okay? This is not a hobby, okay? For a hobby, I will tell you, buy an used tablet, which is might be a 9 or 10 inches iPad Pro. That is gonna be around 600. The Apple Pencil, I've used one, and you start practicing there. It's cheaper than invest a bunch of money in your computer and then never use it. It's like I'm a cyclist, by the way, and what I love about cycling is I put together all my bicycles too. It's not a science, man. It's not rocket science. So you can put together your bicycle. I have a carbon bike, and I know friends that they ask me, "Hey, I want to have a bike like yours," and I said, "Well, that you need commitment." Not commitment to put it together because if you got all the money in the world, you can buy a cool Nago bike, you can buy a Pinarello bike, you can buy many Italian bikes, even American bikes if you want to buy one of those, which I never recommend. But anyway, you can buy whatever. If you have all the money, if you have enough money to do that, you can buy them. Actually, money is the solution if you want to buy a decent carbon bike. But you have to have the commitment. What is the commitment? Well, it's easy. You have to go and ride. Because the carbon bike is not to sit in your garage or in your storage space in your apartment or even in the wall of your apartment because it looks nice, looks trendy, looks so, what do they say? Hipster. Yeah, looks so hipster. Oh yeah, I want my apartment that looks one of those apartments that appears in the indie movies. Yeah, I want an indie vibe there. Yeah, the problem is you are never gonna use it. You just spend around $800 to $2,000 to just put in your head. By the way, for that price, buy one of my artworks, my paintings, the ones that I do with acrylic and cubism. Yeah, they are cheaper and they look better, by the way. Yeah, I'm doing advertising for myself too. So that happens with your computer. That's what you need. This first part is about what you need, and you need a computer. You need a decent tablet. A decent. I have an XP pen. I'm gonna buy a Wacom later on, and you need that. And skills. What? What is skills. Skills is something that you develop on time. Yeah. First, difference between talent and skills. Talent is something that you've been born with. Yeah. You've been born, I mean, with the talent of drawing. You have this kind of communication between your eyes and your hand, and whatever you see in your eyes, you can reproduce it with your hand. You have pause for that. That is talent. It's something that you've been born with. Skills in the other side, there could be related to talent, but as skills is how you perfected that talent based on repetition. So you have to repeat. You have to do as many sketches as possible. You have to go and find as many references as possible, and you have to do that. That is the difference between talent and skill. And that is actually what it will qualify you as a good artist. Because the artists are no less than artisans. If you said, oh, I like to live during the Renaissance age, with not Picasso, because it's like 19th century, beginnings of 20th century. No, not like the Renaissance age with Da Vinci, with Andrea di Sarto, Michelangelo, Bernini, and all those guys. And you said, oh, I want to be like those. I want to live in the Renaissance. No, you don't want to live in the Renaissance. Because in the Renaissance, an artist was an artisan. It was like a brick and mortar artisan, pretty much. They have guilds. Yeah, they had guilds. But they were pretty much considered by the rest of the people like a carpenter, master carpenter actually, like a stucco guy, like an architect. Architect was also artisans, by the way. And they weren't considered something that you learn in a university, because you don't learn that in university. In the university, you go to learn medicine, which is pretty much Aristotelic, and philosophy, yeah, laws, yeah, theology, yeah, and that's it. Engineering, artisans. Architecture, they were artisans. Painting, yeah, you were an artisan. You were not better than the guy to make mortar and bricks. That's it. That is the Renaissance way. Actually, the mercenary, the condottieri, they were more than you. Actually, you were an artist. Yeah, the condottieri had more money than you. Yeah. And they were merchants of war, and they were just killing people for money. They were worth more than artists. That's the sad reality. And also, you need a patron. Yeah, you need somebody that sees that little bruised gem in the road that has to be polished. But probably you will spend the rest of your life making not much money. Doesn't sound familiar? Yeah, still today, it's true. It's like that. But it's something that gives us a life because we love that. We love art. Another thing about going into digital art. Don't believe in the myths. The people said if I have a computer, I can sketch on computer. No. You can sketch on paper. You can sketch on paper. You can just set up a tripod, and your cell phone. If you don't have a DSLR camera, a cell phone is good. So you can set up your cell phone this way. You take the picture of your drawings, and you can just put it in the computer, and you can just trace from the computer. You can trace, yeah, but only is permitted. That's the rule on an artist. You can just trace. If this is your drawing, if this is not your drawing, yeah, that's cheating. Yeah, you cannot trace on a portrait, on a picture. That is cheating. That's not a true artist. And remember, There is not faithful portraits. All the portraits are perfect. Life is not perfect. So that's it. Faithful portraits doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. Right now there is a current between the artists about it's a trend actually about the hyperrealism. Why I do want to be an hyperrealistic guy when there is pictures? An artist is an interpretation of the world. It's your own interpretation. Have this filter in your brain, not a picture. A picture is just a depiction of the reality. You are not depicting reality. You are depicting your ideas. That is art. That's actually art. Depicting your ideas. So you have this and you need knowledge. You need to go internet and find as many books as you can about human anatomy, about art, history, because everything tends to repeat itself. Even though the set is new, tends to repeat itself. The new fuvia, they were the fuvia in 1896. I have a bunch of messages right now. Okay, that sounds cool. Well, and that's it. Every time that you are making a concept, making an art, making a drawing, making a sketch, you are depicting not the reality, you are depicting how you filter the reality through your eyes, through your brain. That is what is called art. Art is not copying reality. We don't copy our reality. If they want us to copy reality, they will use, believe me, a picture. They will use a photographer, not an artist. So, this is my best advice about this. So, we are just how many? Oh, 22 minutes. We're 22 minutes inside this, and I've been just talking. So, we have the computer, we have the tablet, we have this, we have the knowledge, we have to polish your skills. You can go udemy.com, you can go Proco. If you want to go to the cheapest way, you can just read books. There's the Loomis method. There's books from Loomis that are actually cheap, or they are actually free over the internet. Don't ask me where. So it's up to you. It's up to you. And the other thing is, what programs could I use? Should I go for Photoshop? That is about $20 per month, or paying like $50. But if you're a student, it's like $30. Let me tell you right now, that's what I love of America. There is this trying to help the little guy. If you are a student and you're just out of the university and you just finish and you have your fresh knowledge, you have your talents and your skills, and you want to push yourself and you want to start doing art, there is no different from something made with Photoshop to Mediman Paint Pro. No difference. Probably the brushes, but there's not much of the difference. And Clear Studio Paint, no difference at all. And also Krita, there's no difference. You can do art in Krita that looks exactly as you were doing or using Photoshop. Also, there is a bunch of artists that are not egotistic or selfish artists. They want to give you for free their brushes. The brush that they develop, they want to give you that for free. So, yeah, you can just go there. You can find on YouTube. Dave Greco is one of those guys, and he can give you his brushes for free. He won't even charge you. There's other guys that said, "Oh, we have the little like the light set, which is just one brush, and the other 20 brushes you pay me $20." So if you have the money to pay the $20, right now no, but if you have, pay it. It's not that bad. But brushes doesn't make you a better artist. Brushes just give you a best texture, probably a little more like a painterly approach, and a little more like a painter. I mean, it will look like paint. But actually, brushes don't make you a best artist. This pen is a digital one, won't make you a best artist. No. What is here and how we use this is what made you an artist. This one is just a tool. Still using a chisel. You can just make art using powder and a match. And that is art. Because your brain is the one that controls that. If you don't feed your brain with good ideas and with knowledge and also with references, just let me tell you something. Artists, the one guys that been blessed with this God-given talent. Sorry, I believe in God. In God. If you don't, not my business. But if you are blessed with this God-given talent, let me tell you this. Another thing, you have been blessed also with a photographic memory. And photographic memory is what gives you the ability to store a bunch of images from anatomy, from references, and also you have to have something that I call the mood board. What is the mood board? All the pictures in the internet that you can use as a reference, from anatomy, for poses, for the uniforms, for the fashion, for trendies, for whatever. That is my mood board. I have a mood board that I can just put whatever the place is. That is what you need also. You need using references. You don't do purely from your imagination. Did I tell you that whatever you do is just a depiction or something that has been filtered already in your brain? So you just made this in your brain based on what you already saw, what you already have as a reference, and what you already think about it. That is commercial art. They are not gonna give you something out of nothing. Ex nihilo nihilo est. From nothing, nothing comes out. So that's the truth. You need something. Okay? So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna do something with Krita. Oh, by the way, that's Adgas Duenas, which is my Twitter. Please go there, and also my YouTube. Please be my guest, not also my guest, but be my subscriber. I will try to publish as much as I can this kind of videos. Well, this guy that you seen here is the wizard, and you remember Asterix and Obelix? Yeah, from this, I guess it's a French or Belgian guy. Let me do a quick Google. Asterix. Yeah, Asterix le Gaulois. Or Asterix de Gaul. Albert Uderzo. Yeah, it's Albert Uderzo. Albert Uderzo died some time ago. Yeah, R.I.P. Well, this Albert Uderzo character was the creator of Asterix and Obelix. He made this kind of cartoonish guys, but he made a very nice approach. In a time when I guess Moebius and the other guys were doing variations of the Prince Valiant or variations of this westerns in Europe, he was doing Asterix and Obelix, which I love. I was raised with Asterix and Obelix. In the country I'm from, Ecuador, they have it in the comic strips. Yeah, every single Sunday they have Asterix and Obelix, and I really love it. I really love their design. I really love watching Cleopatra with the big nose of any Semite, which is the Egyptians were Semites and Greeks. So she has the big nose of any single Semite or Greek, instead of the small nose, beautiful by the way, from Elizabeth Taylor. That are nice. Also, Julius Caesar has a big nose too. He was Italian, gosh. Yeah, they weren't German. They weren't with the noses like that. No, they weren't Celts. They were Italians. Well, These are Kells. He looks more like Saruman, by the way, from the Lord of the Rings, like Christopher Reeves, Christopher Lee actually, my favorite Dracula ever. Yeah, the one with the fangs like all the time. Yeah, that was. And this is something that you can do. This is the filtering my brain, my idea, how this character is gonna look. Yeah. And for example, this is my version of Obelix. This is how the character is gonna look for me. So it's not a carbon copy of Uderzo's. No, it's my idea of how this guy is gonna look. You know, I still have the pants, still have the lines there, but it has a big hammer, by the way. Yeah, and it has that big bird or something that I took from Vikings, from the Lord of the Rings kind of things, from the dwarves. And also it has this small helmet with the horns. Oh, by the way, do you know that Vikings never use horns? No, Vikings never use horns. Celts use horns. Semites use horns. Egyptians use horns. Greeks use horns. Because they believe that the horns were power. You know, for those people, there was nothing so powerful as a bull. Yeah. Not a bully, bull. So, for the horns denotes power. Yeah. So, we are using Krita. What the things that I like to tell you about Krita is, first off, you have to set it out Krita by yourself. For example, let me go settings, you go to configure Krita. And here in configure Krita, you're gonna see something like tablet settings. This is my tablet settings. Okay, this is the setting I think it is. Also, I have Windows 8 and Windows Ink. It is proven to work very good with Wacoms and the other tablets. Okay, and I use the use mouse events for right and middle clicks. So this guy is gonna be the mouse. Okay, so Krita won't start confusing about, whoa, what is that? Is that an input device? What kind of input device is it? Is it a mouse? How should I trade this? Okay, so it's a mouse for Krita. So then you go to the display, you have to put the OpenGL, which is okay, it works with AMD, perfect. I have the trilinear filtering, HDR settings, I have the AS RGB, Greek settings, miscellaneous, and blah 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 blah. This is the general, the Windows. I have to enable HDPI, high DPI support, because this guy is 4K capable. That doesn't mean it's 4K. It can do like a fake 4K. It will go to the same dimensions as a 4K, which is okay. I don't need a 4K. I have a 4K in the place that I was working a long time ago. I have a 4K with one of those trash cams, Apple. And let me tell you something, 4K didn't make any difference at all. So now you have this kind of stuff. You can go and try to see the Python, CMake, Qt, Gmake, and Qt integration. You don't need that. Canvas only settings and menu toolbar. Yeah, you already have that. Okay. And one thing about Krita is that you have to see this. This is the problem. So here you have to enable pen pressure. Sometimes they have pen pressure from a stock. So yeah, it's okay. So here you see the pen pressure. Other thing that the good thing about Krita is that it responds to the patterns, string, brush tips. So you have to see about this if you want to put this, and this is the kind of brushes. Okay, and that is for Krita. And you can do this experiment in Krita. It looks like a pencil. That's a good thing. So you have Krita, you can use it. We are gonna use Krita right now because we are going to start doing a cal guide, and I had to try to find some references about Vercingetorix because that's the guy. Yeah, Vercingetorix. Let me find some images. There's in some places images of Vercingetorix. The most famous is this. Okay, let me see. Where's this? Oh, this guy looks nice. Okay, no, this is not probably Vercingetorix. Oh, this one, yeah, he looks like Vercingetorix kind of guy. I'm gonna use this guy. Yeah. Okay, open image news up. I see this guy. See images. Save. So let me open this guy here. So let me show you this Vercingetorix here. Yeah, this is a Vercingetorix, but I'm not gonna use Vercingetorix this way. I probably use something like the pants, probably the sword because I like this sword, and probably the helmet. The helmet looks pretty nice, so I might use it. Okay. Well, let me put in my place the mood board, and I'm gonna try to find another Vercingetorix and my favorite place. Which is my favorite place? Um, Pinterest. Pinterest.com. You go to Pinterest.com and just input Vercingetorix. Vercingetorix. Or Vercingetorix. Or Vercingetorix. It depends. He was a goal. That is how the Celts in those places were called. Let me see where do you have something. Oh, this is Norse. I don't need a Norse. I need a Gaelic. So yeah, I'm gonna use this Vercingetorix in the. I'll find one. He's in. Okay. And a new tab. I'm gonna save images. Save. Okay. So this is another Vercingetorix. Let me open this guy. Let me show you again this guy. So yeah, see, this is can be used as another reference. So we have very reference right now. We have this reference about the Gaeli one, and we have this. We have this that we can use as something, for this kind of stuff. Like you see here the moccasin or the boot. We can use it as that way, and also see about this place here. The mustache. It looks nice, so we can use it. So this is Vercingetorix. So we are gonna use this Vercingetorix guy. So let me get again. So this is gonna be the Vercingentorix guy. And let me get rid of this guy and put it in the other. Okay, so we have this and we have this. So for the guys that just open up YouTube and are watching this video, welcome. I'm Gus. I'm gonna try to do some character, but I'm gonna use it that style that I just developed here, which is not mine completely. Is some kinds of udersos. Yeah. Okay. So I try to use this guy. This looks like actually like Saruman. Yeah. Looks pretty much like Saruman. I was thinking in Saruman probably when I do this, when I did this. So, and I'm gonna use Krita. Krita is totally free. So just go and download Krita and start practicing Krita. Right now, the new one, Krita, is working with a few tweaks out of the box perfectly, which is the one I'm using. My cup of joe. Okay, let's try to do a new one. You can just open new, and put a new custom document. This document is around 5 by 8 inches. It's okay. That's a nice size. Something for the practice is perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I have the charcoal pen. See this? It's my charcoal pen. So this is the one I like it. Pretty much for the sketch. Okay, I have this layer. I'm gonna call it the raw sketch. Raw sketch because it's gonna be the sketch that I'm gonna put a bunch of stuff. Oh, sorry guys. I'll try to move this. That's the problem with have this this kind of chairs. I mean, yeah, this kinds of chairs with wheels, and you are in the carpet. Yeah, that happened. So let's see what I'm gonna do with this guy. I want this guy to be like probably from the waist up. So just try to do something. Probably something like this. No, because I want to see the. Well, actually, I want to see the. This is something I don't like in Krita. Oh, yeah. Okay. Vector layer. You probably want the move tool. What is the move tool? That is something that you don't know much in Krita and that I don't know much too. And I like to see which one is the move tool. So, no, we cannot move this guy. So that's a less point for Krita. I cannot move this guy. Where's the move tool? See, it's giving me this weird idea. Who's this guy? Is Vector shoe? Oh no. Oh, probably this. Oh yeah, this is the move tool. So I need the guy here. Probably here. Yeah, because I need a place for the what should you call it? For the so this lid. Oh, yeah. So I need this guy. So we are starting with some anatomy. Oh, no. just like this. So as you have this, you have this. So it's gonna be like this. This is the small finger, the very small finger. This is the big one. And this is the other guys. This is the omoplatus. This is the omoplatus. Okay, so we have it that way. We have our first skeleton. This is gonna be my skeleton, so I'm gonna start from this. So we have this guy, and I need to. This is gonna be 1, 2, 3. Nose, ears, eyebrows. Okay. So this we have the breast. This we have the triceps, biceps. And we have to do or remember, this is my brood sketch. This is not the final sketch I have, but I have here is the some breaks here. Okay. also I can just start erasing things that I don't want here. So let me, okay. So probably we're going to do like a red or kills like circles and a bunch of their arcs. So I can't just design something based on whatever is the art. Yeah. Well, I say a lot of yeah, not because I'm German, but I'm Spanish speaking, and for us, yeah is pretty much like right now, or ready, or is okay. So yeah doesn't mean yes, like German. So I'm not German, by the way. Okay, I have this and this. Okay, what I'm gonna do with this? First off, the head is too big for the body. It's not the udarso kind of. So what I'm gonna do is I already have the head. So let me show you this, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, I have this, and I have this, and I can make this here. Yep, looks better. Okay, Control D. No, Control Shift D. No, Alt Shift D. No, it's not. Okay, you go to select and say deselect. Control Shift A. Great. So, okay, we have some part of the guy already done. Okay, we have this. I'm gonna make a little more exaggerated. So, we're gonna have like this kind of wings. These are not perfect, by the way, because there's no way that Celtic art was perfect. They were pretty much like geometric and not kind of rustic, because there's no such thing as rustic art, but they were. Okay, let me see the other Vercingentorix in my inventory. Okay, so I can use right now something like a robe, cape, or something. Probably he has the. Yeah, what happened here? Not starting. Probably I'm gonna make the head a little smaller, even smaller. I'm gonna give the guy another perspective. That's beautiful, or doing the, this kind of art, digital art. You can just make as many of this, because in traditional art you have to make it a game from the beginning. Yeah, way better. Mm-hmm. So let me do this. Looks way better. I hope you like it. This one looks way better. So this is the little tricks that you can use in Krita. Hope you're taking some kind of notes or something. Hope you're doing that. Probably I can make the eyes smaller. Let me see how they are. They are smaller. How can I make it? Yeah, they look way better. So now we have the face, we have this thing here, and according to this And I have Vercingentorix has in his ear something like a massive kind of stuff. Let me see the other picture. I have a Vercingetorix here, the one with the. Okay. So what we know about the Gauls is they have a complex system. They have civilizations, so they were not as barbaric as the people things. You know, that was the problem with Romans. They tend to make everything that wasn't Roman or Greek into a barbaric. Barbarian means strange. That's it. For them, everyone that is not Roman was a barbarian, which is unfair with the poor Celts, but true is Caesar and his legions, they don't care much about the culture of these guys. See, Vercingetorix, first approach. And just remember, we have this kind of armor in that time. But you know something? I don't want this. So I'm gonna get rid of these hands. Well, it still doesn't have a dorsal style, but it's pretty much closer. Note that this tool is a charcoal pencil thing. See? You can see what You can watch it right now. And that is the tool I'm using for these things. By the way, I'm using Krita 4.3, the newest release Krita. This is not the beta version or something. This is the newest release version. They were just working in the 4.3. And this guy is doing pretty good, considering like the other Kritas were little problems with Windows. They were perfect for for using with this guy. So okay. Let me get rid of this because okay, first phase is almost done. This is the final. Well, this is the rough sketch. Okay, I'm gonna do like a best sketch, which is not like a best sketch, but I'm gonna do like an inking something to make this into a line art. So you can see right now this this Vercingentorix. Yeah, probably a small feet, something to make this guy more imponent, but still cartoony. But this is my approach. This is my idea. First that I can come up with. It's not going there. Okay. So yeah, we have 1 hour, but we invest the last 40 minutes just talking. But you can do this in less minutes, in less than an hour or something. If you have a correct idea what you want to do, okay? So the next thing is we're gonna do is just change the opacity of this thing. You can use this and create a new layer, which is 100% opacity. And I'm gonna find my oh, I know what they are so big. Icon sizes. Yeah. So we can just use the G pen. The G pen in 14. Oh, it's too much. 16 is too much. G pen in 14. I put it in yeah. 10 pencils. Yeah, 10 is 11. Yeah. Oh, it's too much. Need a least thing. No, 8. 7. 7 is okay. Sorry. What are we doing? What is this? This is line art. This is comics uses line art. Also, by the way, illustrations uses line art. I'll show you later because it will end up being like black lines. It will have another style, but this is gonna be just for the moment. Okay, so chaotic sorts are part of the. Okay, they have this shape. I have my shop open, so feel free to ask me whatever you need to know, guys. So yeah, let me check this again. Remember that this guys was a chieftain, so he will have more ornaments and more jewelry, something that denote his actual position in the tribe. So it's not gonna be like Asterix or the other guys just did. His clothes is not gonna be as you know. I are simple, simple as the other guys. His clothes has to be a little more complicated, more ornamented because you know, he was a chieftain. He has the money and the means to buy better clothes than the rest of the people. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty much some part of the Vercingetorix. So it's okay right now. Yep. So this is, as you can see here, the Vercingetorix. So let me make this snake a little more complicated. No. Okay. So we have all the ornaments of Vercingetorix right now. So let me save this because Vercingetorix. Oh, Vercingetorix. So this is Vercingetorix. This is my version of Vercingetorix. Hello, Mr. Splinter? Splinter? I didn't see much. Sorry. Oh, hello, guy. Hello, man. Hello, mate. Well, this is the Vercingetorix. This is my version of Vercingetorix. This is how you see it. Is not a depiction of the reality. This is something that I took. I used one of my exercise like this that I was using Krita. I'm using pretty much Krita right now. So this is what I call the line art. Let me get this. Yep. So this is how this guy gonna look. Okay. This is pure line art. Okay. So what we're gonna do is uses atmospheric perspective. How is that? Well, we're going to use black lines in some nice spaces. But for that, I need to go into 16 at least. Let me see how this 16 is gonna look. Hey, not an issue. Yep. Yeah, pretty much like that. Good thing you put it in a second layer. Why? Because if you don't like it, you can just erase it, and you don't erase the rest of your line art. Yeah. Let me use this. So it's 16. No, let me make it smaller. Yeah, 15. So this is something for you to separate what is actually no part of your body. For example, the helmet is in no way part of your body. See? So now you see that the helmet is no part of your body. Actually, also the earrings are not. This kind of weird piercing that you just put in the body are no part. They are separated. So the helmet is no part this, and also it's no part this. So yeah, you have like this. See? And now you have a connotation of three-dimensionality. That is how your eyes works. Your eyes doesn't work in 2D, they work in 3D. So if you're doing this, why are you using this? Yeah, because you want to separate some things that you consider that shouldn't be, as confused as the others. Also, it can make you some nice lines. See? Yeah. My wife. See? We're going to proceed to separate this guy from the rope. How? Just like this. Let's separate the rope from the shield, and also let's separate the brooch from the cape. And the rope for the armor. thing is this is don't have to be perfect. And it's, by the way, is gracias, Carlitos Alberto. That's my nephew. He's online right now. So let's see this. See, those weird lines for many people, they tend to separate. Okay, they are separating the main character from the actual design. It's giving a three-dimensionality to the character. So the character is pretty much in 3D. You know that it has depth. That is what makes the art, you know, nice. That it has depth. It doesn't matter. It's cartoon. It doesn't matter. It's not realistic. It should have depth. And this is a little trick to add some depth to this art. So whatever you're doing, right now is adding some depth. Okay. You see it? Looks way better. Now we know where the face is. Where's the ornaments of the helmet? Now we know where the helmet is. Now we know what this kind of piercing he has in the ears is, and the artifacts. And also we know the shape of the helmet. We know where the these wings are because we just separating the wings. We know where the wings start and when the wings end. Also where the horns start. So we know those places because we make the art. And we can direct the point of view of these guys to whatever we are doing right now. Okay. This is not real art, realistic. This is kind of using Uderzo's, which is the guy from Asterix and Obelix, Umberto Uderzo, or Alberto Uderzo, I don't remember. So this is pretty much, and this is my style. If you have a more geometric approach and your lines are way better than me, congratulations. I wish I could be that way, but I'm not. See, now we have separated the part of the arm, armor in the arm, from the arm actually, and also from the cape, because there is a cape here. Also we are separating this guy, the snake kind of bracelet, or actually it's an arm slit. Is a kind of jewelry for the arm. We're separating from the let me get a little more. Yeah. Oh, by the way, right now it's raining here in Florida. And it's raining pretty bad actually. So yeah, you see? Now we have this separated from this, and then we have this separated from this. We have this separated from the rest of the armor. See? Nice, right? So these other things we are going to start, making more into the character. But just remember, Celtic art wasn't as perfect as the Greek or even the others. They were just geometric. They were pretty ornamental, but they were geometric. So actually, this is not. This is don't need to be historically accurate. You can just put on other things, but just remember there is limits, and where am I gonna use those limits? Okay, I'm gonna use those limits for trying to make this character more into fashion, more into you know, more into hmm, something is happening with this character. So I need to make him more appeal to my to the guys I want them to see whatever I'm doing, which is actually Republic. Okay, this is the oh, hmm, let me get oh, 16 to 27 and 45. Yeah, that's way better. So this is my creation. Is Vercingentorix. This is my idea based on some Uderzo's, something like Mangish. Yeah, and it looks this way. It's not as perfect as should be. It's not real because this is another style. Because you just have to remember that in concept art there's many styles. Many of you probably have already played Warcraft. So if you have played World of Warcraft, you know that they have their own kind of style, which is an approximation to Dersus, actually. But the characters are not like the well defined. They are just with probably a smaller in the actual game, not in the three video entries of the games. I mean, in the actual game. So they are more cartoonish, more cartoonish. No, are perfect. They are not perfect. They are a little more cartoonish. But this guy is a little more cartoonish. He's some kind of perfect, and this is my approximation, my idea to this character. So when you go and create something for concept art, just remember they are not asking you to copy exactly the real life because it's not they will just hire a sculptor and do something based on real life. They just want your idea. Probably if they hire you, they already know your style. So probably your style is inclusion for whatever style they have. They are compatible, and you are just in the boss. You are just right in the boss that you want to. So I hope you like this. I hope you have enjoyed this. Let me change the view. Please remember that this video was brought to you by me. I have no kind of sponsors at the time. This channel is totally supported by me, and you can help out also to support this channel. There is a link in this channel and these videos for a PayPal. You can donate using PayPal, whatever. It's not obligation. Also, if you don't want to donate, don't do it. But I will appreciate it if you do, because that will help me out to support this channel and to try to submit new content and try to talk more about the programs that I'm using. But actually, I'm not using the programs that you cannot find or you can just not buy. I mean, Krita is totally free. The only thing that you have to spend money is actually this equipment. I mean, the computer and the display tablet. Um, you don't need to spend money in microphones. I'm doing that because I'm, I like to transmit online. And I, I'm really glad you like it. So if you see it, thumbs up, please like it, and share my channel with your friends that are interested in art and have to do digital art their own way, not the other ways that are present in right now in the comic industry or in the gaming industry, which is pretty much like a Chinese kind of mangish. Every every time that I see Clear Studio Paint illustrations, they look like manga. I don't see any. I don't see many. They are kind of European, kind of Westerns, which is we are. So I have nothing against manga or Chinese illustrators, but there is a current, there is a style, there's a school. They are, particularly in that school, and I don't see many representation of another school, which is ours. And I like to do this because I want you guys to see there is a way to do the kind of art that we love. Though Krita has it has a mascot that looks like mangish, you can use it for something else that is not manga. That is a cool thing. And remember, this is just a skill. These are tools, and what I'm doing is a skill. It's perfecting on time. The more you use it, the faster and the better you are. It doesn't matter if you pay or not paying, and is it free or is it cost. By the way, right now I guess it's 50% off on Click Studio Paint, so go and buy it, and it's gonna be like 30 bucks or something, which is way, way better. It's way better than Photoshop because I've been using Photoshop. Oh, Photoshop is also very good, by the way. Don't misinterpret interpret this, but Photoshop is very good. But still, you have to pay, and it's monthly. So if you're using $20 per month in a year, you are doing like 240. Uh, with with that, you can have the Click Studio Paint X, the the main one that you can do even anime in that thing. Yeah. Also remember you need a very good workstation. Not a very good like a $5,000 workstation because I'm not telling you that. But at least spend some decent money. You need a decent graphic card and you need a very good also, is it possible, a very good cheap CPU. My chipset is a Ryzen 7 1700X and I have 16 gigs of memory. That's the thing that you do it. And you need also a motherboard that can give you the ability to build on top. So you can just change in the PC PSU, you're adding more memory because I have 64 gigabytes. Man, for 64 gigabytes, I can make a movie. Yeah, that's so cool. And don't forget that this channel is just supported by you guys. So help me out. Remember, there is a click and there is a link for donations to PayPal. Help me out there. And also, subscribe to this channel because when I hit the 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna make something for you. And what is gonna do that? What is gonna be that? I mean, is something pretty nice. I will make you into a comic character, whatever the comic character you wanted, whatever. I will make you into that with your face in a comic style. Okay, and I'm gonna make you into comic a comic book cover, and I'm gonna make the comic book cover for you, and I will do that for five 5 people. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, that's what I'm gonna do. No cost at all. And remember, in the meantime, if you need some art, commissions are still open. Not much, but they are still open. And just direct message me. Send me a direct message, or whether it's in Twitter, whether it's in Facebook, for the prices, and I can tell you my prices are very affordable. It's not like filthy cheap, as the guys working in a sweatshop, but yeah, it's very affordable, and I will use my own style. That is a good thing about art, is when you have an artist that can have develop his own style. He's not in the way to develop his own style, his own voice. I have my own voice for years to now. I can adapt my voice to whatever other styles, schools, or designs are, but it's still my own voice. And anyway, please subscribe to my channel and share it to anyone. And remember to hit the button for like and subscribe. Thank you again. This is Gas, and I wish you a blessed day, and stay home, stay healthy. Now that the COVID-19 just spike up. And thank you for joining me today.